Hey guys, Ray the Video Guy here, and today I've got three special guests on with me today, and we're going to talk about something that really excites me because, honestly, about a year ago, this is something that I didn't really do anything with, but one of the guests in here actually got me moving in this direction, and now it's actually a large part of my business, which is CPA marketing with video. And so I've brought back with me today, I've got James Knight, who introduced me to really doing CPA with video, and then I've also got Ken Knight and Rico Raja with him, and they're going to talk about something that I told you guys about a couple days ago. It's a very cool mastermind course on CPA marketing called CPA Mastermind, and so welcome guys. I'm glad to have you on here today. This is going to be kind of fun.
Thanks for having me, Ray. You know what? It's always a pleasure because we always have a lot of fun and we always learn a lot of stuff, and we have so much to actually give to all your audience out there because we always have a lot of cutting edge methods that we just came up really just messing around, and all of a sudden we say, you know what? This works. Let's keep on trying this out. Right, Rico?
That's totally right. And also our advantage is that we can take the advanced stuff and package it in small packages, and so people can adopt it. So we can take them from new to the internet industry and up to the professional level with rocket speed.
Beautiful. So let me ask you guys this. Well, for those that are somewhat unfamiliar with CPA, can you guys explain a little bit about exactly what it is? Because I know there's a lot of people who get confused on what's CPA versus what's normal affiliate marketing and whatnot. So if you guys could explain that, that would be great.
Ken, would you take that?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Well, CPA marketing, to put it simply, and the thing I love about it is it's perfect for newbies. It's very newbie friendly. And the thing is that what you do is you can go ahead and pick pretty much any niche that you want to be in. For instance, if you want to pick something in the health niche, or if you want to pick something that's related to insurance, or even getting a loan, you can pretty much fit any one of these offers into an affiliate program, and all you simply have to do is there's different levels. So you could have somebody go ahead and fill out, for instance, like an email or their zip code. You can easily get paid, say, $1 to $1.50 per each person filling that out. Or you can actually go levels higher, and you could have people fill out, for instance, just like a short form offer. You can get paid up to $25 for one of those. And you can go all the way up to even having somebody even pull out their credit card and doing a trial offer, and you can get paid possibly up to $300. But the beautiful thing about CPA marketing is that you don't have to really have people ever pull out their wallet. That's what CPA marketing is all about, is you're simply having people put their information in, and you're getting paid $1.50 all the way up to $300 without a person ever having to buy something. And that's what we love about CPA marketing. It's one of the easiest ways to make money online because it's perfect for newbies, and that's why we love it. And we've been making money doing CPA marketing for years and years.
Beautiful. And one of the simple ways for anybody listening that's wondering to think about this is if you've ever seen one of those, Geico or Allstate type things where they're saying, hey, get a free quote. That's a CPA offer, cost per action, and somebody is getting paid the dollar up to whatever for you filling out that information. And then, of course, then later on, Geico's going to call and bother them and try and get them to sign up and whatnot. But we don't worry about that. We only worry about the sign up. Anything after that is up to them. But so that's basically CPA in a nutshell. And as I mentioned, a year ago, this is something that I didn't do, but I ran across, I didn't even know James back then when this happened. In fact, it wasn't even a year ago. It was probably about 8 months ago. You started to release a bunch of products all in a row that caught my attention. And the first one, I believe, was it YouTube Quick Cash? I think that might have been the first one.
Yes, I think it was YouTube Quick Cash. That was a phenomenal course, and it's still going crazy right now even.
Beautiful. And so now what we've done is, because I know a lot of people listening to this have probably picked up YouTube Quick Cash or Facebook Quick Cash, I think was the other one. There's been a few over the last few months that have dealt with different ways to deal with CPA. So tell us a little bit about the Mastermind and what's different about that versus just the traditional, quick product launch sort of deals that you guys have done in the past. What sets this one apart, and why should somebody jump onto this one even if they already have some of those past products?
Yeah, Ken will handle that because he's really good. And
Sure, of course. Be glad to. Well, see, now the mastermind, keep in mind that it's not just a typical course where somebody's going to sell you, say, videos or PDFs, and you're going to have to sit all alone and go through these one by one. The mastermind is, what's beautiful about it is it's actually broken down into 4 separate weeks of actual coaching, but instead of a one-on-one coaching where it would normally cost you, say, $500 to $1,000 an hour to have us go ahead and coach you, we actually are doing this is 4 weeks what's called group coaching. So we call it a mastermind, but you could also interchange the word group coaching with that as well. And we're going to be teaching a whole myriad of different things for each week. And the nice thing also is that you could ask James, myself, Rachel, who's not here right now, but also Rico, any questions you want with regards to the methods that we're teaching you, and you're going to be able to get that extra attention that you need. And if you think about it, this is so much better than if you were to buy a course and just sit there and try to figure it out on your own, because you're going to be getting the training, and then we're also going to be giving you homework assignments after each week, and we expect you, of course, to go ahead and complete those. Now, of course, we're not going to give you a hard time if you don't complete them, but we would hope that you would. And then we're going to be able to answer any questions where you might get stuck. So that's the value of this versus if you were to do perhaps or buy a say a course that's just, again, just here's your materials, go to it and be self-taught. I mean, we want to guide you and hold your hand along the way and basically have synergy where we all work together and learn all together at the same time.
Yeah, and Rico, I know you're giving out free software too for everybody that gets in, right, buddy?
That's true, and not only software, James. The way the mastermind group is structured is that instead of just telling and using a lot of fancy expressions, we will actually start with picking a CPA offer, and we will tell people why we've chosen that specific offer. And then what we will do before we go ahead and start spending time on it, we will show people what software we use. Or, in other words, we will make our software available to people so they can actually go and see who are successfully already with this offer and how do they promote it, how do they get the traffic, and do they advertise on Facebook, what groups do they post in, all those secrets that will take you years and years and years to learn about a specific niche. You will get all this information like this.
Do you make any money doing this, Rico?
Sorry, James?
You make any money doing this?
I'm doing okay. I'm out fishing. When people are working, I'm out fishing, and then I spend a couple of hours on Hangout with you guys and checking my account and doing some new campaigns and speaking with people. I love speaking with people. I hate using my keyboard, and I'm more talk guy. And then we have a bunch of developers that I spend a lot of time with as well. To make sure that we can deliver the next generation of state-of-the-art software.
Show us the money. We want to see the money.
You know what? One thing is what I'm doing, but what about we have one person. He's from Asia area, and he had never made a dime on the internet before, and we used him. His mother had cancer, so he had to pay for her chemo, and we actually used him to test out our material for the CPA Mastermind group and did a kind of private session with him, but he didn't get any special treatment compared to the members, what they will get. Can I show you his income the first day that he launched the offer?
Absolutely.
Let me I have a screenshot here that I can show you. This is from the CPA provider, and also have in mind that new people to the business can have a very hard time getting accepted to the CPA networks, but we have actually made an agreement with the same CPA network that we are using, with the same account manager that we are using, that they will accept all our members.
Nice.
And it doesn't matter if they are from the United States or Colombia or Australia or wherever in the world they're from. They will be accepted.
See, that's great, because I know that, the first time I ever tried CPA, which actually was a couple years ago, I'd come across a little course that taught it and everything. The big problem was I'd apply and get rejected, apply and get rejected.
Exactly.
But so I never tried it up until James came along and kind of, coaxed me back into that. And one of the things that was great is you guys talked about how to get approved, and I was approved for everyone that I applied for after that. So it was, that's what I loved about that was, finally I was like, oh, that's all I have to do? Okay, there we go. Now I'm in. And so now I have my accounts with, Never Blue and CPA Way and a few of these other guys that, really makes a big difference to be able to get into some of those decent networks.
Exactly. So what our friend was doing here, applying the techniques that we are teaching, applying the landing pages, and using the software that we are delivering, he spent around 30 to 40 minutes setting this up, and I can do it myself in around 20 minutes. And he was able to make $3,435 his very first day. So this means he actually can pay for his mother's chemo for the next 2 weeks.
That's fantastic. So that's something that we often forget about is, a lot of us say, oh, I want to make $2,000 extra dollars a month or $4,000 extra dollars a month, and that's great. But you look at something like this, and there's such a purpose behind it, and sometimes we forget about those types of things that it can really, when we talk about changing lives, I mean, how much more do you change somebody's life than that?
Exactly, and also just have the freedom to not worry, because this person here, he have enough to think about, his mother, his family, and the whole thing. But just have the freedom to say at least she can get the treatment that she wants. And all I want to say, and the way, the difference between him and people who's failing in the industry is that he took massive action. He had a job. He works 9 to 10 hours a day, so he only have 2 to 3 hours available every day. But if you have a plan that we help you structure, and you have that written down on paper, and you follow the steps and you follow the system, and also remember that there is no stupid questions to be asked, then you are actually able to move very, very fast. And what we are doing in the mastermind course is that first we pick the CPA offer, and also we show live on screen how we spy. We show the landing pages we are using. We are even making the landing pages available for download for free. So all you have to do is go in with Notepad and replace the affiliate link with your own affiliate link. We even show the upload process, so you can see, okay, on this URL there is no landing page now. Now it's live. You can sit and follow it in your own browser. We show how we drive traffic. We show our CPA accounts and do the refresh, and you can see you get clicks and hits and submissions and everything. So it will more be a case study over the next 4 weeks, where you can learn and adapt. So we're not just throwing around and say, oh, and then we use this fancy system, and then we use this fancy system. And I've been attending mastermind courses I've been paying several thousands for, where I needed a dictionary just to follow along about all those expressions, to follow what it meant. We are talking normally English. I'm from Europe. You might be able to hear that, but I'm doing my best to speak loud and clear. Otherwise, people can let me know. But I'm part of a fantastic team who's used to do education, and we start from the beginner level, and just like building a house, if you have the fundamental in place, everything you build on top of it will be good, because your fundamental is done the right way.
Beautiful. And the great thing too, you talked about taking people step by step, and for those listening, I want you to understand that, because the first thing you might think of, well, if everybody's doing that at the same time, isn't that going to be hard to make money with that? But when it comes to CPA, there are, endless niches you can get into. Everything from, get a free Chicago Bulls jersey to, insurance to medical and diet, and there's just an endless number of different things that people can get into with CPA.
Yeah,
exactly, Ray. And just to give you an example, and to be 100% honest, we never look at about the competition, because we know that with the techniques we have, if we just can use our software and see other people are earning money, then we know that there is space for us as well.
Well, that's exciting, and you know, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure that everybody else will because you know, let's face it, we all need that extra kick each month, and this is CPA has really, for me, has proven to be one of those things that you can do very easily. And you know, we talked about how it's great for newbies. Newbies can jump right into this, but you know, if you're an experienced marketer, you can still jump into this, and it's not going to be something that's beneath you or anything like that. You can do very well with this and just add it to that portfolio of things that you're doing. And you know, I look forward to increasing my CPA stuff a lot, and I'm sure everybody else will too. So, any last parting words you guys have about this that we should understand before this all gets rolling?
I just want to mention something because I do care about everybody, and we've talked about this many times, especially Rico, Ken, and it's really important, you guys, that you understand that later in life, the government's not going to be there to help you out. There's not going to be Social Security. There's not going to be anything there because it's already spent. I mean, so if you don't help yourself, then nobody else will. I mean, this is a chance for you to quit your crappy job, okay? Because what does job stand for? Just like Ken, my brother, says, it's just over broke. You're just still struggling. I mean, there's nothing wrong with actually working at Walmart when you're 70 or 80 years old, standing on your feet and greeting customers or bagging groceries at Publix later on, because you got to remember, it's just, if you don't make the money now, then you got to work or find out ways to survive later. You don't want to be a burden on your children. Now's a chance. What you guys got to do is really just get on this. You know what? We're going to be there for every one of you guys. I mean, you're going to have access to Ken, Rico, me, and Rachel, the whole team, and we're going to care for every one of you guys. We're going to make a lot of friends there, but most important is our goal is to get you guys to quit your crappy job. Right, Ken?
That's 100% right. And I really like what Ray had said earlier is you really have to think about, okay, money is great, of course, to have, but you have to think about the why that you want it. And that if your why is big enough, the how will get there. Well, what we're teaching you is the how, but the thing is, if you remember what James just said, you don't want to be 65 and either dead or dead broke, because that's technically what happens to most people typically. So, you know, the main thing you want to do is jump on this while you can. It's very, very reasonably priced, especially what we charge compared to normally one-on-one coaching, if we're even available. So we made this actually so cheap that anybody can afford to get in on this, and the reason we did that is because we really do care about everybody. And you know, we could easily charge $1,000 for this if we wanted to, which I've seen a lot of people do, or some people even charge $5,000. We're nowhere near that, not even a fraction of that. I mean, it's a very, very small amount of money for the amount of knowledge that you're going to get. And remember that Rico is going to be including 2 very valuable, powerful pieces of software at the end of the training, and this is really going to take your business to the next level.
Awesome. And one other thing I want to throw out there too, because you know, we talk about retirement and you know, the government may not be there to support you in the end and all that, but you know, let's think about living life now. You know, how many of you are spending 40, 60 hours in a job, and you know, so that you can one day retire at a time when you don't want to do anything? You know, I mean, when you retire at 65 or 70, are you going to want to do all the fun things that you want to do now? You need to live a lifestyle now. I've got a friend named Garrett Gunderson who's known for a book called Killing Sacred Cows. And one of the things that he talks about is the fact that, you know, you need to get a lifestyle now because you need to enjoy life while you're able to live it. And then, you know, hopefully when you retire, that's when you can kind of relax and sit back. But now is the time where you need to make the money so that you can live your life. I mean, I love the fact that, you know, this week I've spent 3 days of the week at the local public school, including this morning, doing junior achievement. Why? Because I'm not stuck at, you know, in a cubicle all day long. Because I'm able to do that. You know, this summer we can decide to get in the car and go to Yellowstone for a few days and things like that, and just be able to spend time as a family. So I'm, you know, that to me is hugely important. And you know, when you get in this type of a business, you can live that kind of lifestyle, which can really change your life. So.
True.
Definitely. You know what? So your next step right now, you guys, is get in. Get in this real quick now, because it's not going to be available forever. I mean, it's only available for the next couple of days. You have to take action. Because if you don't take action, you're just going to be like the hamster just chasing on that wheel, just going over and over, and your life is going to be just like it was for the last 20 years, miserable. And I tell you, I know it's miserable because I've worked at Subway, I've worked at Baskin Robbins, I've worked at Service Merchandise. All jobs are crappy. You know what? I'm going to tell you, Ken and I were talking about, I'm going to wrap this up because I know I have a tendency to talk a lot, and Rico laughs about it. But you know what? It's really cool when me and Ken, my brother, can just actually go in the middle of the day to Longhorn Steakhouse and have a lunch there while everybody else is working. But that's the freedom that everybody else should. You are meant to actually for a lot better life than you're actually doing now. I mean, to be able to go on vacations once a month like we do. And they're mini vacations, but still, it's just doing that. It's freedom, really. I mean, you're not meant to be in bondage working for somebody else for the rest of your life. I mean, it's like having a chain on your ankle, and they're actually telling you what you got to do. You got to come in the middle of the week. I mean, it's like, that's crazy. You know what, guys? Take action. Get on this. And I'm going to actually, I can't wait to meet all you guys because I have a feeling we're going to make a lot of new friends on this.
And keep in mind, guys, even if you're not able to attend the live webinars, everything is going to be recorded in the members area, so you can go ahead and replay it again if you need to. And that's the beautiful thing about being part of a CPA Mastermind, is that probably for the first time in a long time in your life, you're actually going to be forced to take some action and actually shown ways to make real money rather than just sitting back passively and going through course after course after course after course and wondering why nothing has changed. I mean, we're going to take you by the hand and we're going to show you over-the-shoulder techniques of exactly how we make real money online.
Beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully everybody else is as well. We'll see you all on the inside, and hopefully we'll all make a lot of money and change some lives. So I appreciate you guys taking the time on a Friday to kind of do this last minute and get this information out there.
Thanks for having us on, Ray.
Our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Ray has probably the best show I've ever been on, because I'm going to tell you why. Because we're able to be so comfortable, we just relax, laugh, and have a lot of fun, and actually be able to show his audience of what we do for business all the time. So later on, buddies, and thanks for having us on, Ray.
You bet. You guys have a great weekend.
You too, Ray.
All right.